Good evening once again. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, it's all right. Thank you. So, like I said, we are going straight to what we have today, while others will be joining us. We progress. So, basically, today, like I said, we are going to pivot. We are doing pivot table analysis, and then, if time permits us, we are going to do a little of building a dashboard. So that is basically what we are going to look at today. So this is the data set we are going to be using for our analysis and to build our dashboard. And like pivot table is just a data summarization tool, though this data is not as much, but probably maybe the data set you'll be using for your project may still be sales bike sales data set, but it will be more than this. So this is just it's about 10 rows or so, a bit 13, so it's not much. So we're just going to quickly do one or two and see how we can manage the time. So this is sales bike sales data set for 2021. So you can see we have the date when the sales were made, we have the month, we also have the order ID. Let me expand it a little. Okay, the days that the sales were made, we have the month, the year. This is just for 2021, like I said, and we have the month that the sales were made: January, February, March up to December. And we have the age, customer age. You can see it. We have the age group. So we have to group these customers into age group. So we have adults, which are 35 to 64 years, young adults 25 to 34, youth 20, that's who are less, youth are who are less than 25. And we also have youth. You can see that this data has duplicate. We have youth who are less than 25, we still have youth who are less than 25. So definitely we are going to remove some of the duplicate on the data set. We have customer gender, we have country, we have the United States, we have France, we have Canada, Australia, we have United Kingdom as well, we have Canada, we have the state, we have Washington, we have British and the likes of others. And then the product category, we have what? The product category is just bike, while the subcategory we have road bike, we have mountain bike. So these are the two subcategory that we have: the road bike and the mountain bike. And then we have the product. We have road 550W yellow, which is 38, and road 150 red, and other ones as well. Then the quantity sold, I mean other quantity, you can see it will have 30, 20 according to the number of orders that were made in each of the bike. And then we have our unit cost, what one bike actually cost. You can see the cost of producing a bike. So this is the cost of producing a particular bike according to the Brown. And then we have the unit price, how much was it sold in the market. We have the profit, how much was each bike making to the business as a profit. So we can see here is our cost, that is the total cost for each bike. And then we have our revenue as well. So we are going to dive deep into the pivot table analysis. So what we are going to do now is to come to our insert tab, this insert tab, and then you come to pivot table, the first group here. Then by your left hand side, you will see this pivot table. You click on it. Please, this data set will be sent to you after this class. So we click on it. You click on where they say from table and range. That is where we are going to insert the pivot table. You click on it, another screen will appear. You can see it's already on table and range. Leave it like that. And they ask us to use new worksheet. we are going to use new worksheet. But if supposing you have a worksheet already that you want to make use of, then you click on existing worksheet and then you select your worksheet. But in our case, we are going to make use of a new worksheet. I want to check this, add this to data model, because I want to count some of the product using distinct count. So if I don't check it, that feature may not be available. So I'm going to check this box that say add this to data model. So I will just check it and then okay, and allow it to load so that we okay. I hope you can see the power pivot, so the power table screen that is appearing now. So you can see by the left hand side. Okay, let me start from, yes, from the left hand side. You can see a pivot table 1 appearing here, and in the description they say to build a report, choose fields from the pivot table list. Look, if you look at the right hand side, by my right hand side, you are going to see the pivot table fields. The pivot table fields, you have the active and all. If supposing you have other table that we bring into this pivot table, when you click here, you see other ones. But since we are just working with one table, this is just the one you are seeing active here. So from these choose fields to add, you can see these are our column headers, our data column headers. You can see here the date, the day, the month, the year. You can see customer age group. You can see many others. So these are our fields, the data heads, our headings on the data set. So that is what is appearing here. If you go down, you see the filter, you see the columns, you see the rows, you see the value buckets. We call them the buckets. So you see the filter buckets, the column bucket, the row bucket, and the value bucket. So it depends what you want to do. Like the filter is used to filter the data. Maybe you want to see some particular categories and not all, or some particular values and not all. You can actually filter. But for the rows and column, you actually know that the rules, like I told us in the first class, are represented by alphabet and run from left to right. Sorry, the rules are represented by number and run from what? Left to right. While the columns are represented by what? Alphabet and run from top to bottom. So if you are putting your values, sorry, your categories at the row or filter, at the row or column bucket, that tells you how you want your data set to be arranged, either at the top or by the row side where the numbers are. And for the value bucket, you only put values. You don't drag maybe text. Just like, for example, we have country, you not drag it and put inside values. So inside values is something you can sum, that you can drag into value, while in the row and the columns are just the descriptive data that you can drag into the rows and the columns. So we are going to make some analysis, like we are going to look at sales by month. We are going to look at sales by age group. We are going to look at sales by state. We are going to also look at sales by country, and sales by subcategory and quantity order. We're also looking at sales by product, and lastly we are looking at sales by gender. And we are also going to do some KPIs for the data as well, like the total order, revenue, profit, total cost, and then the product count. So now, like I said, we are going to drag the month. We are going to drag the date. This is our date table. We are going to drag this date and put it into what? The row bucket. I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Can people hear me? Okay. So what I did now, I drag the date to the rule bucket. But if you can see that the date is having month and date as well, I'm going to drag, but I'm coming to that. I'm going to drag the revenue. I'm dragging it into what the fee, the value bucket. So we now have something like this. Let me remove the. I'm coming. So we now have our months in this order from January to March. I mean January to December. What we have to do now, you can see that is under the month column is written row label, so you can change it. You can just click on it and come to your formula bar, just highlight it, change it to what month, so that we'll actually know that that is our month column. And then the revenue, you can just leave it as revenue, not sum of revenue. You can just leave it as revenue, just like what I'm doing. And we have this, but I don't need this. I don't need I don't need the grand total that is displaying here. So you just come to your design, look at the design tab, those tab at the top, look at design is the last one, just click on it, then come to where they say grand total. By your right hand side, sorry, left hand side, you see subtotal, grand totals, just click on it, turn off for rows and column. So we're just turning it off. We don't want to see this grand totals down there, so we just turn it off and we have something like this. So the next thing we are going to do is copy. Just click on it, Control A, copy it, I mean highlight it and then copy it. We are going to paste it here and do something else. We are going to look at sales by age group. We are going to look at sales by age group. So we come here, we uncheck this month. We are going to uncheck the month, the date month. We are going to uncheck it, then drag age group to the row. Now, I was telling us about the placement of row and column depending on how you want to analyze your data. If I take this age group out of the row now and put it inside the column, you see how the data is now arranged. You can see that it's now the headings or the fields are now at the column level, not at the row. But this is not the best way we want it for analysis. So I'm going to drag it back to where the row bucket. So this is actually the way I want it. The next thing, we are still going to copy this one, but you can see that the heading here is what? Month. You always remember to change it. The heading here is month. So I'm going to click here and change it to what? Age group. I'm still going to copy this, highlight it, copy it, and paste it here. I'm going to do another one, which is the sales by state. So I'll just drag state, come to this field, come down. I think we have a state here. Drag state to this place, and then I'm going to remove the age group. So we now have this. And for the age group here, I'm going to change it to what? State. So we now have revenue by state. But there is one thing I want to do. Instead of just having revenue by state, I'm going to also put the units sold by each of the states. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to come to the order quantity drag it to where the the value bucket, just like this. And I will change it, instead of sum of other quantity, I will just change it to what? Other quantity. So we are going to make a comparison between the units sold and the revenue they are generating in that state. How many units were sold and the revenue generated? So we are just going to make a comparison of the two. I'm also going to copy this pivot table again. We are going to do what? Sales by country. I'll look for where country is, drag it, put it on the field bucket, sorry, the row bucket, and I want to check the date there. And then we have sales by country. So I'll change the month to what? Country. So this is what we have. The next thing I'm going to do is by gender. Let me do revenue by gender. Let's see which of the gender has the highest revenue or generated the highest revenue between the male and female, which people are actually buying our bag the most. So I'm coming to gender. Where do we have gender? I'm not going to do more because of our time, so that we can actually be able to build a dashboard. Where do we have? Okay, customer gender. Remove this one. Let me title it as what gender. So I'm just going to highlight this and put the 1000 separator. Just going to highlight them, put the 1000 separator, so that you can clearly see the amount that each category is making. Okay. So this is what we have. Let me see if I can do one last thing. Sales by gender. I've done sales by gender. Sales by product. Sales by product. Let's do sales by product. We copy it and still paste it somewhere here. And let us do sales by products and quantity generated by that same product. Sales by products. Okay, let me use product category instead. Okay, product category will have just one. Let me use subcategory, product subcategory. Okay, let me just title it to what? Subcategory, so that we'll be able to identify which pivot table is that. Product. Okay, let me do one last thing by category. Okay, not this. Let's see by product. Okay, for this product, I'm just going to look at the top 5, not all the products. For the product, I'm looking at top 5, not all. So what we're going to do, look at this filter button at the product column, you see this filter button. Just check it. It will expand this. Come to filter, value filters, not filter label, but value filters. When you navigate down, the last item you see there is top 10. So you click on it. So you come here and change it. For example, if you are looking, you see where they wrote top. So if it were that you are looking for the bottom 10, you click on the drop down arrow and then you choose bottom. But since we're looking for top 10, you just leave it like that. And here where you see 10, just erase it and put 5, depending on the kind of uh top you are looking for, either top 10, top 3, top 5, and the likes of others. So it depends on what you want to visualize. So I just click on OK, and it gives us what? The top 5. And I can let me sort this in ascending, from larger to smaller. Just come to sort. I just right click. What I did here is just to right click, come to sort. They choose the last one, which is larger to smallest, or largest to smallest. Just sort it. So I think this is what we will be doing. Let me see. I think I was just sketching something in the afternoon. Let me see what I did. Okay, pivot table 4, monthly trend, country. Okay, I was just sketching something. Products, revenue versus product by age group. Okay, revenue by gender, revenue by product subcategory. Okay, product category and profit. Okay, so let's see. Okay, for the product, let's also add profit to it. Let's add profit to it. So I will also be looking at how much we made as profit in each of the products. Okay, so quickly we are going to go into creating pivot chart. We are going to start creating pivot chart. So we click on the first. Okay, let me title this as what? Pivot table, so that I can easily identify it from others. Okay, pivot table. So we are going to quickly do something. Let me insert this one to call it dashboard. Okay, this is our dashboard. So we come to here. For us to insert pivot chart, you just click on the pivot table that you want to insert a pivot chart. So just come to this insert tab at the top, click on it, then come to your chart. For the revenue by month, we are going to use a line chart. So we just come here, click on a line chart, insert it, and then we have this. There are some formatting I'm going to do quickly. Firstly, I want to remove these grid lines that are inside this pivot table. So I'll just point at the grid line, just point at it, you click it, you see that other ones have been highlighted. Just press your delete button and remove them. And then for these numbers by the side, I'll just click on them like this. It has been highlighted. Just click your delete button and remove them. Then when you come to your ribbon tab, at the right hand side, you see fill buttons. This place, fill buttons. Expand the drop down, come to where they say hide all. Just click on it and hide all those fill buttons. For this total, just click on it and delete. And for the total that is at the top, this is where we are going to write our heading, our title. Just click on it and write monthly what? Monthly revenue trend. They shall say revenue trend. So we have monthly revenue trend here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click on this chart. I'm going to right click on it like this. But once you right click, just click that the chart is active, right click on it. Then you come to this place that they say move chart, this move chart. So click on it. And then this where they say object in, leave the other one where they say new chart sheet, that is, you see chart 1, leave it. Where they say object in, just expand this button, click on it. Where you see pivot table, just expand this button, click on it, and then choose where you want to move the chart to. In our own case, is this dashboard where I wrote dashboard. I want to move it to that place, so I just click on the dashboard, click on OK. Then it has been moved to where we have our dashboard. The next thing I'm going to do is to come back to our pivot table. I'll click on the revenue by state. I'll just click on this revenue by state, still come to insert, and then I'll come to this recommended chart, click on it, expand it. Then at the bottom, the last one, you see combo chart. I will click on it, and then look at the last box that we have at the bottom. You see something like choose the chart type and axis for your data series. Then for the revenue, just leave it as the way it is. For the quantity order, you see where they wrote line. For the revenue, you have cluster column, leave it like that. For the quantity order, you see line. Just check the button where we have secondary axis under quantity order. Just check the button like that. You can see what we have, that a line has appeared on the chart. Click OK, and then we have something like this. So for the formatting, I will still click on these grid lines, remove the grid lines, click on these numbers, remove them, click on this one, remove them. Oh, sorry, let me just leave that, and I'll come to this just click on your chart again, come to these field buttons and expand it, then come to hide all, just hide all those buttons, and then click on this plus sign that you have here on your pivot table. Click on it. We are coming to add the title, the chart title. Just click on chart title. We have this title. They will now going to write what revenue versus revenue versus quantity order. Quantity order. So we have something like this. We have to resize it. Let me see how we can make use of our time quickly to do some things here. So I'll just right click on it, move it to where our dashboard. The next thing I'm going to do is this revenue by age group. I'm clicking on it, come to insert, click on what your pie chart. I'm going to choose pie chart. I click on it like this. I'm going to ensure that there are data label on it. Just click on data label and it appears like this. But the arrow on that, you see this arrow pointing to your right, just click on it and then come and fit it to where. Okay, let me put it to inside. I just put it inside. So we're going to resize this. For the font, I'm going to reduce it so that I can fit in. Going to reduce it to 8. Bold it, come to color. I'll change the color to white so that it can appear clearly. Right click on it, move it to where your dashboard. So we now have it here. The next thing I'm going to do is revenue by product subcategory. Revenue by product subcategory. I'll still come to insert tab, come to pivot table. I'll click on pivot, a pie chart. I'll still do the same thing. Click on this plot button. Inside the data label, I'll put it on where? Inside. Okay, let it be best fit. Okay, so I'll click on this, come to home, I'll bold it, change the color to what? White. I'll resize it. Here I will do what? Title it revenue by product subcategory. Subcategory. So we have something like this. For the buttons, I'll just come here to my format. Sorry, this pivot table analyze rather. I'll turn it off to have something like this. I'll still move it to where? Move it to our pivot, our dashboard. So we have something like this. Let me quickly do something else. By product, revenue by product, insert. I'll come to what for this. I will use this one so that we have something like this. I will uncheck the buttons and then I will remove the grid lines as well. I will remove the grid lines, remove these numbers, and then I will add the title, which is revenue by what? Product. Revenue by product. So I'll just resize it, move it to where? Our dashboard. Okay, let me see one last thing that we can do and come back to revenue by gender. Did I do revenue by gender? Let me check my dashboard. The revenue by gender. Okay, I didn't title this one. Revenue by age group. So this one is revenue by age group. We have revenue by gender. Okay, let's see revenue by gender. Maybe probably that is the only last thing I would do, and we see how we can build our dashboard immediately. Let me come to insert and then click on let me use donut chart. Okay, let me put a data label. Okay, let me title it and put it what? Revenue by gender. Let me off the filter buttons. The buttons, so I'll click on this. Okay, let me just resize it and take it to move it to where? The dashboard. Okay, so we now have all of these 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, we now have these. So what I'm going to do quickly, I'm going to resize them to have the same size. All of them, I want them to be of the same size. So I'm just going to click on all of them. Just hold your control button, just click, ensure that they are all checked. And then come to your shape format. The last tab by your right hand, come to your shape format. I'm going to enter this number, which is 5.36. that is for the height, and then for the width I'm going to enter 9.25. So we now have something like this. Okay, let me see. The next thing I'm going to do quickly, I'm going to format, come to your shape. I'm going to add shadow so that we can see clearly. Then this shape effect, just come to shadow, put this outer shadow. I'm going to do the same thing for this. Come to shadow, come to this. Same thing for this. Come to shape effect, shadow, choose this. I'm going to do the same thing for this. Shape effect, shadow, do this. The same thing here. I'm going to do this. The same thing here. I'm choosing this. So we now have this. So I'm going to turn off the grid line. Come to your view tab. The grid line on the spreadsheet, I want to turn it off. I'll just check it out and then turn it off. So I'm going to drag some of this quickly. I think this one does not take effect. Okay. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to rearrange them very fast. I'm going to rearrange them very fast. I'm going to rearrange them very fast. Okay. Okay. So we now have something like this. So this is what we have. You have to still turn this the buttons for this one, you have to turn it off as well. Yeah, we have something like this. So for now, this is what we have. I'm going to show us how we are going to insert a KPI quickly before we round up, because our time is fast spent. I don't want the meeting to end while we are still doing something. So we are going to insert a KPI. Let me just copy this. I told us that we're going to do like 5 KPIs, which is we have. Let's remove this and have just what? The revenue. So this is our revenue. Let me insert another one. Just copy this. You can just do other KPIs as well, but I just want to do like 2. This is the profit. I'll do this for the profit because we don't have much time. We may not design this dashboard as we would have designed it because of time. So this one is just for the profit. These are the only 2 that I want to do now, but you can do for the total cost, the product count, and total order. Those are the KPIs I wanted to do, but for want of time, we may not do it all. So I'll come back to my dashboard. I'll click on insert, come to where these shapes, you see these shapes, I'll just click on it. I'll choose this shape here, this rectangle rounded corner. I'll just choose it. come here and draw it. I'll just draw something like this. I think this size is okay. I'll still change the, okay, let me use the outline to be this, and then remove, change the field. I'll change the field to be white, and then I'll still add the shadow on it. So we now have something like this. So just click on it like this, come to your formula bar, write equal to, then go back to your pivot table. We're now going to click on this revenue, just click on it, and then change it to 19, because it's supposed to be 19, not 18. Come to this place, erase every other thing apart from pivot table with the single quotation that is on it. You just click on it, erase these other ones, like the way I'm doing here, and just leave the pivot table with the single quotation that is on it and hit enter. You can see that our value has appeared on the shape. So what you can do is just to put it at the center, that is Ctrl E. I will make it to come down a little bit, and then I will write revenue at the top. So the same thing, I'll just copy this, or just let me bring it down a little again. Okay, let's have something like this. So I'll just copy this, I'll just press Ctrl D to duplicate and put it here, and then I'll still come to this formula bar, erase every other thing apart from the equal sign. You erase every other thing apart from the equal sign, then come back to your pivot table, click on this profit, and then change the 18 to 20, because the role is 20, not 18. The 18 is showing you where the name itself, profit, is. So you change it to 19 where the value is. So I change it to 19, come here, delete every other thing, leaving pivot table, and then hit enter. So we still have the profit here. So I'll just write here profit, and then just bring it down, something like this, and then you can duplicate for the other ones. You can just duplicate for the other ones according to what you want to have. So what I'm going to show us quickly, though this other one that is written profit, I just duplicated. You can change it to what KPI you want to represent there. Just duplicate it. So you can change it to whichever KPI you want to represent. So I'm going to quickly show us how to insert a slicer. So we come back to, you come to this, just click on any of this table, come to insert, just click on insert. When you click on insert, you see insert slicers. Look at this where they say filters and link group. You see this slicer, just click on it. When you click on it, okay, sorry, it's because I didn't click on any table. Come to your pivot table, just, okay, this month, let's see. Okay, for the month, let's come here, come to insert slicer, just click on the month. So we are going to select what? The month. That's what we are going to select. We are slicing by month. So just check it and click OK. So we now have something like this. Okay, but let me not use this. I'm coming. I'm using month, the timeline, because we want to slice month. To slice, to filter by month. So that's why I'm using the timeline. Sorry. Let me, no, this is not what I want to choose. Okay. This is what I'm trying to choose. So this is what we are going to, we are still moving it to where? You just copy it, or you can cut it. Control X, you cut it, come to a pivot table, just paste it there. So we now have something like this. You can resize it, to something like this. This is for the date, and let me quickly do one for the month. I mean, for the normal slicer, let me just come to here and come to slicer. This is the normal slicer. I'll just click on country. Let me just use country, and then okay it. We bring it, just cut it and bring it to where? The dashboard. But I'm going to do what? I'm going to add the column so that it will be a little bit bigger. Okay, let me just leave it at 3. Though this dashboard is not to the standard we want to build anyways, but at least this gives us an understanding of what we are trying to do, or what a dashboard is. But for want of time, we are unable to build it the way a standard dashboard should look like. So this is just an insight. If you actually understand what we did here, you should be able to build a better dashboard. So please let me know if you have any questions so that we call it a day, because meeting time is actually so I think this is where we are going to stop for today. So with this, you should be able to build a dashboard for yourself. With what I have demonstrated here, you should be able to build a better dashboard for yourself. So due to time constraint, we are unable to do something more better. But with this, you should be able to build a dashboard for yourself. So thank you so much for being at this class today, and we hope to continue by next weekend. So today is the end of our Excel class. So by next weekend, we are going straight to what? Power BI. So we are going to start Power BI class by next week. So please ensure you install Power BI on your desktop, so that we will be doing the practical aspect of the data analysis using Power BI, because without that, you may not be able to follow. Try and install it. If you have any challenge, let us know. So thank you so much, and do enjoy the rest of your night. Good night.